Back with the market right here in ET Now. Let's understand what the RBI's nod given to SFBs actually means. The two cases in point which stand to benefit, of course, are the likes of Ujjivan in trade. Let's bring up that stock up for you and show you how it's currently performing right now in trade as we speak. And of course, Equitas being the other one as well. Let's bring up that stock as well for you and show you how it's currently panning out. In fact, on that note, let me also welcome on board Samit Ghosh from Ujjivan Small Finance Bank and try and understand what this move exactly means for them. Samit, great to have you on the show. Now that RBI has given nod to SFBs and respective holding companies to apply for a merger, help us understand how really does this help in unlocking share value for you?
Good morning. This is an extremely good news, which we were expecting for quite some time. And first in the line, of course, is Equitas. And Equitas and us, we worked earlier on this. And we are very glad it's come through. Basically, there's a holding company structure, which is the Ujjivan Financial Services Limited, which owns the bank, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. And we own 83% of the bank. So what the RBI has permitted is that the holding company can reverse merge into the bank, and there will be one entity. Before that, there was an uncertainty of this, and consequently, the holding company stock, UFSL stock, was anywhere between 40 to 50% discount, Now this discount will gradually narrow, So there's a tremendous upside on the Ujjivan Financial Services stock, The bank stock, of course, depends on how the bank actually performs in terms of business. But this is extremely good news for the Ujjivan Financial Services stock, the holding company stock. And that was the original shareholders, and we have about 80,000 retail shareholders, out of which there are at least 15,000 employee shareholders who originally invested in the bank. And this is extremely good news for them, and because we would be able to, our fifth year is in February 2022, and we can apply 3 months before that. And for the reverse merger with the RBI, it's new direction. And RBI will, of course, evaluate, the proposal and see, whether we can go ahead. Chances are, things are normal. We will be allowed to reverse merge. There is one issue which was there, people talk about, that by the fifth year, the shareholding of the holding company was required to come down to 40%. But we are quite confident that since RBI is allowing us to totally reverse merge, at the end of 5 years, this is going to be waived. So we don't think that is an issue at all. So it's a good news for the holding company shareholders.
Sure. And when will this merger process be completed?
See, the thing is, we'll apply, say, late October, early November, and then RBI will give us the approval. I think the process cannot start before the fifth anniversary, which is early February 2022. And the whole legal and all that process, NCLT, etc., can take anywhere between 8 to 12 months, So that is the kind of time frame we are looking at.
Okay. And post the merger, which entity will remain listed?
The bank. The holding company will completely disappear. So all the shareholders of the holding company will then become shareholders of the bank.
Okay, what has been the impact of the second wave on your business? Are you now seeing faster recovery as compared to what we witnessed last year? And in light of that, what would be the outlook on your growth and disbursements for FY22?
So I'm not part of the bank. I think this question you should raise really with Nitin Chugh, who is the managing director of the bank. But what I can tell you overall in the industry, the second wave has receded, so to a certain extent, things are much better now, But what I can, as having been in this industry for so long, this kind of crisis which we are facing is an unprecedented crisis, We had faced earlier the Andhra crisis, the demonetization crisis, which were like one-shot kind of crises. We overcame that, in one, that. But here, because of the multiple waves of the crisis, the COVID crisis, it hits our customer and business in waves, And the ultimate solution really is when the population of India is 70% or 80% vaccinated. And unfortunately, today, the vaccine availability is still an issue. Hopefully, in a couple of months, from the production of the vaccine, the scheduling of the production of vaccine manufacturers in India, there will be abundant supply. And, there was hesitancy even among our customer base before the second wave. But post-second wave, that hesitancy has also gone. So as soon as the vaccines are available, and we are able to vaccinate all our, including our customer base or the entire population in India, then there is going to be a solution to this problem. Otherwise, as we have seen in other countries, wave after wave, this hits us, and obviously lockdown and all that creates a lot of, pressure on the most vulnerable segments of our society, which is our customer base,
Okay.
So the most
Fair
important
enough.
thing to do really
what is the outlook?
The most important thing to do is proactively help our customer base to get vaccinated. Meanwhile, RBI has given a lot of restructuring, opportunities for good customers, and also to provide them additional cash, I think, which is very important because people have either exhausted their savings or their working capital, and not only restructuring, but providing them that extra cash would help them. But this has to be carefully done only for our good customers, and that process is it is a lengthy process. So I think there is time till September. I think the bank is undertaking that, and most microfinance institutions are undertaking that. It has to be done very carefully, and I think that will help us to get out of the crisis.
Unfortunately, we're completely timed out, but appreciate your time, and thank you so much for giving us a roundup as to what exactly this step by the Reserve Bank means and what the rationale is as well for this merger. That's the management of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, but completely timed out on this leg of the show. So at 15,781, from the entire team that put the show together, we'll wind it down right here on First Trades and the Market. Thanks for watching.